Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome back to Arkham Horror, The Woods So Dark and Deep, Turn 6. So, quick recap of last turn, like normal. We started off with Jenny Barnes, who tried to get into the witch house. Unfortunately, she got her backside kicked by a fire vampire. The fire vampire, you'll see, is now missing from the witch house. The reason for that is we had a gate burst during the Mythos phase, and what I forgot was all flying monsters move during a gate burst. So what the fire vampire had done is he flapped into the air, had a look round French Hill streets to see if there was any investigators. There wasn't, and he's currently flown into the sky where he's waiting to get moved again, in which case he'll look to see if there's any investigators in a street location. So that's where the fire vampire has gone. Jenny, unfortunately, she got a -1 head injury for law, which rather affects her spellcasting ability somewhat. But she does still have 5 clue tokens in order to find her sister Isabel. Right, that's it for Jenny. Ashcan Pete, who's first player this turn, he went to the curiosity shop, and basically he's been standing around there until he finally found an elder sign, which he did. On top of that, Rex went in there, he found one as well, but while I was actually pulling the cards out, an eagle-eyed viewer saw that what looked like an elder sign on top of the deck, and I must admit, I think he's probably right, although I am hoping it's a holy water or something, but we'll just check. No, it was an elder sign. So what I'm going to do is try not to show anything else. I'm going to put it second from bottom. So rather than on the bottom, yeah, that's the last one, because if I did that, obviously Ashcan Pete could just pick it off the bottom. I'll put it second from bottom. It just saves me shuffling the whole deck, because we've got a load of discards in there, and it won't be right to get all the discards coming back up. So, my own fault for having fingers like sausages. So, I think there are 2 left that we haven't found. So, we found 2. One got shown by accident, so it's gone back into the deck, and I think there's 2 more. But I wasn't going to hang around anyway at the curiosity shop. I'll go to Uptown, because we have got 2 elder signs, and we need to close gates and get this doom track down a bit. It just gives a bit of breathing space in the game, and let Rex build up a clue stash. Okay, so we talked about Rex a bit there. So the only person we haven't talked about is Zoey. Zoey killed the biker in the Merchant District. She couldn't really move around. She made a bit of a dog's dinner of it, but at least she managed to kill it, unlike poor old Jenny, who ended up in hospital. Right, so we've sorted the elder sign thing out. We know where we're all up to. So let's start with our first player in the upkeep phase, which is Ashcan Pete. And here's Ashcan. First things first, Rex. Rex's ability means the first player each turn gets a clue token. So he's now up to 5 Rex. So he has enough to seal a gate with clues, and he also has an elder sign. Another thing I quickly want to talk about, I should have done it a couple of turns ago, as soon as we got to 5 on the Doom track. But obviously, because poor old Rex, he couldn't get into the Dreamlands quick enough. So he got the fail condition on his personal story, which is Living Nightmare. Was he asleep? Was he still dreaming? Pete couldn't tell anymore. Get away! Get away! He staggered into the night, reeling. With a whine, Duke followed faithfully behind. Pete discards all of his ally cards except Duke. He may no longer gain allies. So, we didn't have any other allies, apart from Duke, which is good, but he can't get any more. And the way I'm going to read that card as well, if we do get an ally, an encounter card that lets us have a possibility of finding an ally, they normally have a consolation line. If this ally isn't available, you can gain 2 clue tokens or some such. I'm going to rule that he doesn't get that either. He just doesn't get the ally, so he doesn't get the opportunity. So that's a bit rough on old Ashcan, but it was a pretty tricky personal story anyway. Right, so what's he going to do? Well, he's going to move from the Curiosity Shop. He's got 3 movement, and that will get him to the Unvisited Isle. He's going to take on the zombie, he's going to take on the Chocho. The zombie, I think, has got a -1 for a horror check. The Chocho hasn't got any. So we'll leave the fight and will where it is. Hopefully he'll pass the horror check. And with the Ancient Spear and a fight of 4, hopefully he'll be able to take care of those 2. Even though they will have additional toughness due to shub. He has got a few clue tokens that he could perhaps use because he has an Elder Sign. Right, that's it for Ashcan. Hopefully he'll be able to clear that gate, and then Jenny will be able to turn up and find a sister. Next up is Rex Murphy. Here we are with Rex. As regards refreshing things, there is this relationship card between him and Zoey, Courageous Inspirations. Zoey exhausted this last turn to do a, I think it was a horror check against the Byakhee, I think. So that gets refreshed. Other upkeep stuff for Rex is his retainer, for which he gets $2. Ugh. So put those in. And he also gets, he has to roll for that retainer as well as his blessing. Let's have a quick roll. First up is retainer, a 4, cool. And now for his blessing, and another 4, that's great. So keeps both of those. And next up, oh no, where's he going to go? What's he going to do? He's going to go via the Merchant District to the Unnamable. He doesn't really need an Elder Sign because he's a clue factory. So he's going to hand off that Elder Sign to, hand it off to Zoey. I think we'll send Zoey through the gate. She's quite low on stamina. She's quite low on sanity. Just a quick jaunt, Otherworld. She can use the healing stone a couple of times, get up to full or nearly full sanity and stamina, and then come out looking to break some heads. So he'll do that, trade that as he goes to the Unnamable, where he'll pick up the Unnamable clue and obviously get an extra clue because of his investigation ability. That's the plan for Rex, I think. Also, Rex is first player next turn, which means he gets the clue token plus an extra 1. So he'll end up with about 6, I think. That'll be enough for him to actually scoot into the Witch House or the Black Cave. So he may get in on the Sealing Gates Frenzy that we're going to have to do. Right, that's it for Rex. Next up is Zoey Samaras. And here we are with Zoey. Going to refresh a healing stone, and then we're going to exhaust a healing stone, and she's going to get herself 1 stamina. So she's now up to 3. What else is she going to do? Like I say, Rex is going to be passing her on the way to the Unnamable. He's going to give her the Elder Sign. She's going to use the 4 movement points from speed, and she's going to go in the Woods Gate. There's only a Maniac there. I think she can take care of the Maniac and then get through that Woods Gate and get it sealed. Hopefully we'll take another Doom token off the Doom track, and we'll keep ourselves in with a shout this game. So that's what we're going to do with Zoey. I don't think she's got anything we have to roll for. No, everything seems fine. Okay, right, next up is Jenny Barnes. Poor old Jenny, things are getting a bit fraught. Well, the first thing she can do is she can refresh Wither. So that's now back. And she wants $1 for her trust fund. But do the bank want some of the interest paying back? Let's find out. Did he want some money back on the loan? No. They trust her. She's well to do. They'll let her have the money. So what's she going to do? She's currently at St Mary's Hospital. I'm going to send her to the Science Building. The reason for that is, I know there's 2 clues at the Historical Society. Again, I've got a gamble. The reason I'm not going there is it'd take her quite a way away from, mind you, Ashcan will be at least a couple of turns in there. No, she's going to go to the Historical Society and pick up those 2 clues, and then she's going to try and make her way back up to the science building, and then that's just 3 away from the Unvisited Isle. Should Ashcan get out and seal that gate. So yeah, I think she's got time to get down to the Historical Society and pick those clues up. Okay, she's got 3 movement through her speed, that's fine. We've done a bank loan, I think that's it. Excellent. Let us get on with the movement phase. Here we are at the movement phase, and our first person to move is good old Ashcan. So he's going to go 1, 2, say hello to Zoey, and then he's going to go to the Unvisited Isle, where he's going to face up to the zombie and the Chocho. So he's going to do, I think he's going to do the zombie first. It's got a horror check of -1. So Pete's will is at 3, so that's 2 dice. He's got 2 dice. So come on, Ashcan. He doesn't have blue dice. He has normal dice. Come on, Ashcan. Ah, double 2's rubbish. Right, what does he lose? He loses 1 sanity, so he's down to 4. If you remember, he did get an extra one, an extra maximum sanity from Duke. So he's down to 4, and now it's the combat check, which is -1. So he's got 4 fight and 4 for the ancient spear, which is 8. -1 is 7. We've got no environment card that affects fight, so that's 7 for his combat check, and he needs 2 successes. And he gets a 5 and a 6. So he gets the 2 successes he needs. We get rid of the zombie. We get a monster stand back. Right, next up is the Chocho. There's no horror check. There's no horror check, but it is -2 on the dice, and he needs 3 successes. So this is why we might need his clue tokens here. Oh, I put 7 dice in like an idiot. Is there anything else he can do? No. No, unfortunately. Come on, 3 successes. Yes, 4 successes! Ashcan Pete, you rock! So, and he now has 5 toughness of monster trophies, because they both have +1. And we get another monster stand. Groovy. I'm not going to put him through the gate yet, but as he's actually at the Unvisited Isle now, he should be able to see through it and see where it's going to go, where it's going to pull him to. I just wanted to do that, see if it was the Dreamlands, but no, it's a Plateau of Ling. Never mind. Not that he could have done, succeeded his personal story anyway, but I would have appreciated the irony. Right, so good stuff there from Ashcan Pete. And next up is Rex. So I think just come out a tiny bit. There's the Unnamable. Right, on comes Rex. 1, 2, has a chat with Zoey, and he gives Zoey the Elder Sign. So she takes that. Then he moves on into the Unnamable, gets that clue, plus, because he's an investigative journalist, he finds another clue. So he's now on 4 clues. Good work, Rex. After Rex, it is Zoey, and she's got a bit of a trip on, so I'm just gonna move the camera. There we are. She's just going straight down Main Street by the look of it. So she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, straight into the woods, where of course you're going to have to deal with the maniac. No horror check. +1. We get +1 on a fight dice. So a fight is 2, so that's going to be 3. She gets +1 because she succeeded at her personal story, so that's 4. And she gets 4 for the shotgun. Grand total 8 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, just check it's in. Dice tower it is. We get a 6, which is 2 because she's using the shotgun, so we get 3 altogether. We only needed 2, so it's goodbye to the maniac. Another monster stand. And Zoey's racking up the kills. Similar to Ashcan, she's actually out the woods, so she can see through the gate before it drags her through. The bloody Dreamlands. Ah, never mind. So, I can't remember when this gate came out. It may have been if we'd done the Narcle key and searched the gate deck for it, we wouldn't have found it because it was already out. I can't remember exactly when the woods came out. So, that'd have been annoying. Never mind. We failed it anyway. So, that's Zoey's turn. And she'll wait to go through the gate in the encounter phase. Last up, we have Jenny Barnes. And Jenny's just going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to pick up these 2 clues. That gives her a total of 7 now. Good, good. Right, that's the end of the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. Here we are, the Arkham encounter phase. Well, it's the boys up first. And Rex, he gets sucked through the plateau of Lengate and goes into the Otherworld. Whereas Rex, he's at the Unnamable, which is a merchant district location. So we need the green deck. And let's see what happens. Help if I didn't shuffle it upside down. There we go. Let's give it a quick cut. And what am I doing? I don't know. Let's do it again. Bloody cut it, and then I was going to look at the bottom card. Ooh. Right, cut it and look at that card. Right, here we go. The Unnamable. You bump into Eric Colt. He tells you a horrible tale of the Mythos to test your nerve. If you listen, lose 2 sanity. Well, Rex could actually lose 2 sanity. He's got 5. Let's have a look at Eric Colt, because we are allowed to look at allies. Is Eric worth it? Right. Professor Armitage, Rube, Thomas Malone, John LeGras, Sir William Brint, Eric Colt. Looks mean. He looks moody. +2 speed. You take no sanity loss from the nightmare. We're going to keep him. We're going to go for it. We're going to lose those 2 sanity. We desperately need speed. We've been low down on speed all game, and this means Rex will be up at 6. So he will be able to scoot round the board, pick up clues, get extra bonus clues. This is excellent. Welcome to the team, Eric. Right, so Anna Caslow and Eric Colt are on Team Rex. So that's 2 sanity off Rex, because he listened to the ghost story off Eric. And Eric's on the team. Good, good. Right. Put that deck back. And next up, we have Zoey Samaras down at the woods. And here we are. In the words of the inimitable Leslie Phillips, hello, ladies. And Zoey, her encounter consists of her getting sucked through the Dreamlands gate. So, pop her in the Dreamlands. And that's it for her Arkham encounter. Whereas for Jenny Barnes, she's in the Historical Society, where they like to charge you for books, And if you can't pay up, they chuck you in the street. So let's see what the south side, brown south side deck has to offer us. Right, let's cut it. Historical Society. This looks a bit long, which is normally bad. The diary of an early immigrant settler in Arkham mentions a band of pagans that resided in the woods. Ooh, thematic alert. Worshipping a vile black goat. If you currently possess a one of the 1,000 cult membership, and she does, gain 3 clue tokens and lose 1 sanity. Yes! If not, we'd have simply got 1 clue token. She loses a sanity, but we get 3 clue tokens, man. The old Catweazle luck is back this turn. Scratch that, we haven't had the Mythos phase yet. But she loses 1 sanity, so she's down to 4. Down to 4 sanity now. But she gets an extra 3 clue tokens. And she now has 10. She's got 10 clue tokens now. So even when she spends 5, hopefully, to get to find Isabel, she'll still have plenty of clue tokens. Ooh, I'm glad I decided to change my mind and sent us to the Historical Society. That turned out to be an excellent move. Right, so that's it for the Arkham encounter phase. Next up is a first for this very scenario, which is we're going to have an Otherworld encounter phase. And here we are at the Otherworld encounter phase. Okay. Right, first up, it's Ashcan. So Ashcan's in the Plateau of Leng, which is either a red or a green gate card. First up is green. It's got the Plateau of Leng on it. Let's have a ready. Focus. Plateau of Leng. The villagers offer you a little sustenance. Gain 1 stamina. Woohoo! He gets the stamina back. He was on 4. He's now back up to 5 out of 6. A nice gate card. That's what we like. Okay, put that in the discard. Right, so that's it for Ashcan. A nice quick one. And Zoey's in the Dreamlands, which is either red, blue, yellow or green. So any colour, whatever the top one is. It's a red. It'd be other. Because I don't know, it hasn't got Dreamlands on it. Other, the colours are blinding. Pass a law -1 check or stay here next turn. What's a law? A law is 4. She also gets +1 law because of a skill, so a law is actually 5. So as far as skill checks go, this is about the best one we could have got. So come on, Zoey. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's -1. Come on, Zoey. Yes, 2 successes. Give that girl a coconut. Woo! Right, so that's the Otherworld encounter phase, which went surprisingly well, which is what we want. Rightio. Next up then is the Mythos phase. Welcome back everyone, and here we are at the Mythos phase. What we don't want is a gate surge. Not a gate surge, what we don't want is a monster surge. We've only got 3 monster stands, and I think, you know, having 5 gates open, we've got 2 people in another world, that's not too bad. So let's see what we get. We get a monster surge, Unvisited Isle. Gah! Curses! Right, so that's 4 monsters, and we've only got 3 stands. What I'm tempted to do is to say, oh, it doesn't really matter anyway. I was going to say I'll pull the first 2 monsters, because you've got to split the monsters, 2 out of the normal bag, 2 out of the hexagon bag. I was going to say I'll take the first 2 monsters out of the normal bag, but of course it won't matter. I can do them like normal, hexagon, normal. So, which is what I'm going to do. I am picking it out of the normal one first. Just so long as I get 2 normal monsters and only 1 hexagon monster. There's nothing in the rules to say what order you have to draw them in. That's my rationalisation. So, get the first one out of here. And it's a ghost, which is a real horror. Ugh. So that'll have to go to the Unvisited Isle. There we go. Next one is a hexagon. And we get a dark druid. Well, this doesn't look too clever, does it? Looks like Edward Woodward out of the Wicker Man. Right. Physical resistant. Well, we'll have to have Zoey take care of you then, won't we? Treated as cultist. When Dark Druid moves on a black path, all other monsters move on black after their normal movement. Oh right, so he gives like other monsters an extra move. Curses! And he's going to be 3 toughness. Still, I haven't had him before. Yes, these bloody hexagon monsters, they're a pain. Right, where we're going to put him. We've got to do them as evenly as possible. So, the woods doesn't have a monster, so it'll have to go on that. Right, and the final monster that's going to go on the board, because we've only got 1 stand left, which will go to, well, let's find out what it is first. An elder thing. Yuck. Yeah, that's going to end up being 3 toughness as well. Ugh. Okay, where's that going to go? Well, it's not the Black Cave, that's got 2 monsters on it. Because I've already put a monster on the Unvisited Isle and the woods, I'm going to put it on the Witch House. Ugh. And let's find what's going to the outskirts. We've got 3 in the outskirts, so this will put it at our limit. And we've got a goat spawn. So that's now at its limit, the outskirts. We get another monster in the outskirts. The terror track goes up. The clock's ticking for Isabel. So we could do with killing some monsters. Right, that's it for from a movement point of view. Sorry, a putting monsters out point of view. Where does the clue go? The science building. Let's grab a clue out of the supply. There's now 2 clues at the science building. I'm going to try and get Jenny up there as well. Monster movement. We've got pluses and crescent moons. Let's just put the laugh and chuckle deck back. Pluses and crescent moons. Right, that's a hexagon, that's alright. Did we kill all the crescent moons? Whoop. That's a hexagon. Oh no, the ghost. But the ghost, it's a yellow bordered monster. It isn't a hexagon, so it's going to stay where it is. Right, we've got another environment card. So unfortunately we're going to lose estate sale. Right, curfew enforced, environment urban. Any investigators who end their movement in the streets must pass a will +0 check or be arrested and taken to the police station. We're doing arresting investigators. Should be arresting monsters. Right, so we lose estate sale. That gets discarded. And we get curfew enforced, which is going to be in the streets. There we go. Put that in the discard. So there we go. Apart from the minor annoyance of the monster surge there at the end, which really isn't that bad. I wouldn't have minded another gate coming on the board, but to be honest, it keeps the gates low. We haven't actually put the terror track up yet, So it's good. It's good in one thing. It's probably for the best, actually, thinking about it. So that's done us some good. Jenny had a really good turn after a really bad turn last time. She was she's obviously jealous of Rex and just got a shed load of clues. Rex has done well. He's going to be first player next turn, and we got some good Otherworld encounters for Zoey and for Ashcan. So hopefully they can start moving to seal those 2 gates. We can take a couple of Doom tokens off Shub, and we can look to win this game. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. As always, thank you very much for all the views, for the subscriptions and for the comments, and for the tips and all the strategy and tactics and everything. Please do keep them coming. I hope you'll join me for the next turn, turn 7 of Arkham Horror, The Woods So Dark and Deep. Until then, this is Catweazle signing off. Toodaloo.